This MMA 30 segment is powered by The Gun Store. Next time you're in Las Vegas, if you want to shoot a real machine gun, do it at The Gun Store at 2900 East Tropicana. Dave Fair for MMA 30, standing in front of an L-39 fighter jet with Martin the Hitman Kampmann wearing a fly suit. And this is actually for an upcoming episode of MMA 30 that we'll tell you about later. But I want to talk to you about what's going on this weekend up in Toronto. Big fight, title fight for the welterweight title, GSP versus Jake Shields. Your initial thoughts on that fight?
I think, Jake Shields going to have a hard time beating GSP. He can put anybody in trouble if he gets on top of him, but I think he's going to have a hard time taking GSP down. And even if GSP takes him down, Jake Shields is better in the top game jiu-jitsu than he is on the bottom. So I think it's going to be GSP, But you never know, anything can happen in a fight. But I think put the money on GSP if you're gambling.
You were the last guy to fight Jake Shields, and I hear it from a lot of guys that have rolled with him in the past. They say that Jake Shields is a really strong grappler, and he's a very physically strong guy when he's on the ground. Did you find that to be the case or not?
Yeah, I've trained with him before we fought too. He's he's got a really heavy top game, and he's a strong guy. He don't do too much when he's on top. At least not in my fight. He's just kind of hanging on, riding out the clock. So it kind of made for a little boring fight. But he's hard to get off you, definitely.
GSP is probably going to win. How, in your opinion?
I think he's going to beat him up standing. I think, and then maybe even on the ground too. If when Jake Shields tried to take him down, maybe reverse him and then beat him on the ground. But we'll see. I'm still looking forward to the fight. It's an interesting fight, but I think Jake Shields is going to have a hard time.
Do you think GSP leaves the weight class after he wins this fight, or assuming that he does win this fight, that he'll go up to 185?
I hope not, because I want to fight him too.
Yeah. You versus Diego Sanchez, something else that you said that you want still. You still looking for that rematch?
Yeah, I thought I beat him the first time, but I did. I beat him up pretty good, but apparently the judges didn't think did a good enough job. So I don't think I should have to do it, but I'd love to fight him again just to show that I think I'm a better fighter for sure.
Was there ever really any explanation from the athletic commission about that, or they're just like, yeah, it's just another decision, deal with it?
I think it's just deal with it.
Yeah.
Shit happens, but. I'd love to fight him again and beat him up one more time. I thought I beat him up the first time, but since they don't want to give him a decision, I'd love to beat him up again.
Now, Dana came into the locker room after that decision that was a little bit wonky and hooked both you guys up each with $100,000, right?
Yeah, that's well, I didn't know at that time because he bumped it up later. But I came back. I talked with Dana and Lorenzo afterwards, and they said they bumped up the bonus, so that's always nice with a little Band-Aid on the loss, for sure.
Yeah, extra $100,000. Yeah. It's not like, hey, you get 15 grand,
no.
100 G's. Have you already spent it?
No, but I'm working on it.
Yeah. Anything in particular? You buying a house or?
No, I already bought a house, so I already have a house. But no, I have plenty of stuff to use. I have plenty of bills to pay.
So. Are you going to buy me an Aston Martin? Is that what he's going to tell us right now? Go ahead.
Sorry. I got plenty of bills to pay. That'll go by fast.
Also this weekend, Randy Couture versus Lyoto Machida. Randy, you're very close with. You've trained with him for many years now. He says this is his last fight. I tend to believe him. That, of course, may change, but Lyoto Machida is a dangerous guy, too. How is Randy going to approach this fight and beat Machida?
I think, Randy always really good at, putting together a game plan. He prepares for all his opponents. He had some guys working with him that's really good at mimicking Machida's style, and I think they did a really good job. So I think he's really well prepared, but still Machida's a really tough fight. He's fast. He's hard to tie up. Obviously Randy don't want to fight him on the distance. That's what Lyoto Machida is so good at. Staying in the distance, coming in with fast, accurate punches. So as long as the fight is there, then that's definitely an advantage for Machida. But Randy's job is to go in and tie him up and take him down and beat him up. And you can never count on Randy. He's been champ for a long time for a good reason.
You were talking about betting earlier, and you said put money on GSP. Randy is actually a considerable underdog in this fight. Would you feel confident putting money on Randy?
I always feel confident putting money on Randy.
Yeah. So what's next for Martin Kampmann? When are we going to get to see you back in the cage? Any idea?
I'm fighting June 26th. I'm fighting John Howard in UFC Versus in Pittsburgh.
And that's a pretty good fight. John Howard's a dangerous guy.
Yeah, he's dangerous. You know, he's I feel confident fighting him. You know, he's well rounded. You know, he throws bombs. That's what I got to watch out for the most. You know, he's got some dynamite in his hands. So I definitely you know, got to keep my guard up and be ready for those. But I feel,
are you going to be thinking about the takedown and the shot at the same time? Because he's a pretty powerful guy, no matter where the fight goes. It seems.
I feel I can beat him wherever the fight goes. I feel confident in my wrestling, my ground game. I feel confident in my stand-up. You know, I feel this is just one of those fights. You know, I'm gonna go in and fight and see what happens. But definitely, I think his biggest what do you call it? Like threat is he's got some, you know, dynamite in his hands that I got to watch out for. You know.
June 26th, that's UFC on Versus, Martin Kampmann versus John Howard. Thanks for talking to us today, and like I said, we'll explain all this stuff a little bit later. Dave Farrer for MMA 30. Thanks for watching.